Okay, so on your extra practice, you have this worksheet. Okay, you have 2 on the front, 2 on the back, and what you're doing is some of these you're giving different information. Okay, so here you're giving that the slope is -5, y-intercept is 0, -2, and you'll need to fill out a table and graph it, write your equations, and write a parallel and perpendicular line to your equation, or to the line that you have here on the graph. Okay, so first, the easiest thing with most of these is going to be to fill out the table or graph, whichever one of these is going to be this middle section. Whichever one you want to do first is fine. It doesn't matter. So what you'll do is here you have slope -5. Remember, that's -5 over 1. You rise over run for when you graph. And y-intercept 0, -2. So we'll go 0, -2 for y-intercept. Then we have a slope of -5 over 1. So that means down 5, right 1. And there's your 2 points. So just make sure your points are exactly where they need to be. Then just draw your line as good as you can. Okay? All right. Now, for your table. You already know 1 point, 0, -2. So 0, -2. And you did one other point here, 1, -7. And if you look at the pattern here, from -2 to -7, that's -5. So that's the same as your slope. So -7 minus 5, -12, -17, -22, -27, okay? And you keep the pattern. Now going up here, you'll go the opposite direction. So what -5 is -2? Well, you'll take -2 plus 5. And that will be +3, and then that'll be 8. Okay, easy enough. Now, your x-intercept, some of these, it can be a little harder, because if you look here with your drawing, it may or may not go in exact one spot, okay? So we'll wait until we get our equations down here, all right? But we can start off with our point slope. Well, actually, we can start off with slope intercept, because we have our slope, we have our y-intercept. So our slope was -5, y-intercept -2. Okay, and there's that one. Now, point slope form, you can use any point, this one, but I would not, because it's got a 0, and that's going to make it look kind of weird. So we know our slope is -5, and then just use any point you want. I'll use 1, -7. So our x is 1, so x minus 1, then y minus -7. Okay, now we need our standard form. Standard form, notice your x and y are both on the same side, so it's easiest to go from slope intercept to standard, because you just have to get this -5x to the other side. You cancel it out here with a 0 pair, so you add 5x here, and you add 5x over here, so on this side it becomes a plus 5x, so that's positive 5x. The y doesn't have anything, so it's a 1, and then we have a -2 over there, so that stays a -2. All right. Okay, so now to find our x-intercept, it's really easy. X-intercept is on the x-axis, so your y value is 0. So if you were to plug in a 0 here, I would just do it on paper. So we have 5x plus y equals -2. Plug in a 0 here. 5x plus 0 equals -2. Cancels. 5x equals -2. Divide by 5. X equals -2/5. Okay, so your x-intercept, your x value is negative 2/5, comma, 0 for your y. All right. Okay. And now parallel lines, remember parallel lines have the same slope. So you can write it any form you want. I would do slope-intercept, that's the easiest. Y equals, you need the same slope, so negative 5x. Now it's parallel. Just don't use the same y-intercept, because then it would be the same line. It needs to be a different line. So whatever number you want, I'm going to put +3. You can put +1, you can put -3, doesn't matter. Now for a perpendicular line, remember the only thing that matters with parallel and perpendicular is your slope. So remember, it's the opposite reciprocal slope. So we have y equals, our original slope is -5, excuse me, right here. So the opposite of that is +5, then reciprocal means you flip it, so 1/5. So positive 1/5 x, and then pick a y-intercept, +1. And that's it. So you're done with that whole thing. Now, on some of these others, see here, you're given the x-intercept. So you won't be able to do slope-intercept first because you're not given the y-intercept. So fill out your table and graph, and then use your slope and a point off of your table to get point-slope form. Then you'll simplify this, distribute, add this to both sides, get y by itself for your slope-intercept form. And then you have two more that are on the back. And that's it.